Okay, we start at the karate chop point under the line at the base of the pinky, tapping the side of the hand. Even though I don't feel inherently worthy, and I still think I have to prove my worth, I deeply love and completely accept myself. Even though I don't really believe I'm inherently worthy, and I still work to prove that I belong here. I deeply love and completely accept myself right now. Even though I still question my worth and think I have to prove it, I deeply love myself right now. I fully accept myself right now. Okay, let's go to the crown. This pervasive sense of unworthiness, this old belief that I have to earn being loved and taking up space and being appreciated and valued. Inner eyebrow. I don't like how it makes me feel to question my worth. Just breathe that in your belly as you say the words and tap. Outer eye. It's exhausting to have to keep proving my worth. Under the eye. Sometimes it makes me overly apologetic. It makes me try too hard, do too much. Under the nose. I also don't like how much I need others to notice how much I do. And this could be one other, folks. So just tune into what's real for you here. Chin point. I abandon myself sometimes trying to earn someone else's love or approval. Under the clavicle round. I abandon myself sometimes by not knowing my own worth, by proceeding based on what others value or what others want from me, instead of checking in with myself. Okay, side of the ribs, about a hand's width under the base of the armpit. I don't want to abandon myself anymore. I don't want to make myself small. I want to love myself even if I'm not doing anything to earn anything. Crown point. I know I'm not the only human being on the planet who feels this way. Right now, I send out compassion to others wherever they struggle with this. Inner eyebrow. And right now, I give myself compassion for this struggle. Outer eye. I don't want to treat myself with disdain. I really like self compassion better. Under the eye. Right now, I welcome myself to the human race. Right now, I let myself be one more human being who struggles with worthiness. Under the nose. I can believe right now that the struggle doesn't mean that I actually am less worthy or unworthy. Chin point. I can believe right now that I'm worthy just because I'm here. Under the clavicle. Right now, I receive the breath as grace. The breath of life. The breath that casts a vote for me to be here. Side of the ribs. I value being here. There's a lot I love about life. There's a lot I love, period. I am love. Crown. I am lovable. Right now, I can think of one thing someone I care about has told me to mirror that I'm lovable. And please breathe and think of that one thing. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I can think of one thing I really love about myself. Outer eye. Right now, I can think of one thing I really love about my journey. Under the eye. And right now, I accept that worthiness is just part of my soul journey in this life. This issue is part of my journey. Under the nose, I accept that. And I can see right now that it calls me to self love. Chin point. I'd like to see my own worthiness more often. I'd like to affirm it more often. Under the clavicle. I'd like to not rely so much on messaging from others. Side of the ribs. When I do get messages of being loved and worthwhile to others, I'd like to take them in, really take them in, believe them, even notice where I agree. They're actually holding up an accurate mirror. Crown of the head. I'd like to be less wounded and offended when that reflection is withheld. Inner eyebrow. I'd like to be less wounded by unkind comments or criticism. Outer eye. I want to remember that those statements aren't necessarily accurate. Under the eye. And right now I can think of one mean thing someone has said to me that's just not true. Under the nose. Right now, I visualize putting my arms around a younger self who is told false, mean things about themselves. Chin point. Right now, I lovingly welcome my inner child, tween, teenager. I see the worth of my younger selves. Under the clavicle round. Right now, I send back love, blessings, soothing to my younger self. Side of the ribs. Right now, I see those versions of me and I say to them, you did nothing to deserve this wrong treatment. You actually deserved to be well cared for and treated as precious, with space made for your different moods, mistakes, desires. Crown point. I actually really like it when I do things well. Inner eyebrow. I actually really like showing up for others and being attuned to their needs. Outer eye. I just don't want to exhaust myself anymore to do a good job. Under the eye. I love excellence. I don't want to pursue excellence anymore at my expense, at the expense of my well-being. Under the nose. I'm never going to stop loving and caring for and being responsive to other human beings. Loving, caring for, being responsive to. Chin point. But I'm going to remember to put myself in the equation more often. Under the clavicle. I'd like to be done with that default yes, of course. I am willing to check in with myself before I say yes to others. Side of the ribs. I want to become someone who gives the right answer, not someone who just says yes. I want to say no when no is the right answer. Crown. I'd like to give and work well and do good things in a way that's aligned with my actual capacity. And so I'm willing to check in with what that capacity is right now. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I'm done believing that just because I see a need, I'm the one who has to fill it. Outer eye. I'd like to trust that a greater holding net is taking care of everybody in my field. Under the eye, sometimes I am the one to step forth and offer the support and help. Under the nose. Sometimes I just breathe myself, compassionately breathe what I feel as their pain, give them a blessing and move on. Chin point. I'd like to not be motivated by others guilting me or presenting themselves as victims or trying to convince me or even just say that I'm the one. Under the clavicle. I'd like to know I'm the one to help this time because I know it feels like a yes. It feels aligned to me. It matches what my guidance system shows me. It matches my capacity in the moment. Side of the ribs. And I'd like to not be devastated when someone's upset with me or disappointed. Their disappointment does not mean there's something wrong with me. It doesn't mean I've done something wrong. Crown. Their disappointment is theirs. And it's about the work they need to do as human beings to accept not getting all that they want, whenever they want it, or from the person they want it from. Right now, I release them all to their work. Inner eyebrow. And I release myself to mine. I'm willing to show up for my work. I'm willing to heal myself. Outer eye. I'd like to remember more often that when I'm on the right track, I love myself more. It feels easier, not harder. It feels kinder. Under the eye. I'd like to catch myself not checking in before I answer and interrupt myself. Hold on. Let me get back to you. Under the nose. I'd like to be willing even to renegotiate with people when I have new information, when I realize I don't have the capacity. Chin point. I really want to take in that I am worthy just because I'm here. I am lovable just because I'm a sentient being. Under the clavicle. Love is my essence. Love is my birthright. Love is who I really am. I am loving. I am lovable. Side of the ribs. And none of that means I need to always feel that way. And when I don't like myself, I'd like to just be kind to myself. Walk myself back to alignment kindly. I could do it like I'm doing it right now with tapping. Crown point. And I'd like to give others space to think ill of me, to be disappointed in me, to want something from me they're not getting, to find their way without me. And I know I also get to support and love so often. I do get to be the one sometimes. I do have help and support and guidance to offer. Sometimes I am the one and I do a kick-ass job. And I'm really going to keep working on receiving those messages of appreciation and love. And when I'm not getting them, give them to myself. Right now, I love myself. I approve of myself. I accept this whole worthiness journey. And I know it's getting better. Now, drop your hands down. I like to cup one inside the other, palms up. Drop into the body, feel the reverberations of the tapping. Feel the experience of the breath as it is now. Just take in how grounded you are, how calm you are. Does your nervous system feel different? How do you feel about this issue now as compared to when you started? Just check in. If you like, you can always play with a scale there, 1 to 10. And then just take a moment to notice if anything was said in this tapping session that felt like it didn't just smoothly go through, that you felt like you were lying or that it was too much of a reach or it caused stress anywhere in your system. And then that's always a good point of departure to go again another time or right away if you like. So I invite you to look down and open your eyes, all for you. Soft gaze, and then just bring them more into focus. Look at your hands. and come back when you're ready.